again, and welcome to another episode of Mindfulness. I'm Reygan. Thanks for joining me. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate all of you. Be sure to smash that subscribe button before you leave and give this video a thumbs up. Helps other people find this channel for their own benefit, all part of the collective healing efforts across the globe. Let's get into it. Welcome to another week of mindfulness. Week 34, kindness and respect. And the quote for the week: remember, there's no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end. By Scott Adams. In a world where aggression, animosity, and disregard seem to infiltrate our perceptions and awareness every day, it's easy to forget our universal connection to other human beings. We are careless with our words. We feel or act superior to those we deem beneath us. We neglect the most basic expressions of kindness and respect from those around us, from our family members to the people we pass on the street. Showing kindness and respect to others, even those you don't like or feel indifferent about, not only transforms the other person, but it also changes your perceptions of yourself and your ability to be fully present and connected to all people. It is easy to be kind when life is going well. When we feel the world is against us, our habitual response is to strike back. Focusing on kindness and respect towards others trains our minds to let go of negative and habitual patterns and allows us to cultivate an open-hearted, compassionate, and positive mindset. Day 1 journal prompt. Today, I focus on showing kindness and respect to my family members, even when they trigger frustration or anger. This is how I express kindness and respect to them and what I experienced. Day 2 journal prompt. Today, I focus on showing kindness and respect to a service person I encounter during the day. This is how I express kindness and respect to them and what I experienced. Day 3 journal prompt. Today, I practice a random act of kindness towards someone, expecting nothing in return. This is the act of kindness and what I experienced. Day 4 journal prompt. Today, I focus on smiling and making eye contact with people I encounter throughout the day. This is what I experienced. Day 5 journal prompt. Today, I contemplate someone who has hurt me or offended me and think of all the ways he or she is deserving of respect and kindness. These are the ways. Day 6 journal prompt. Today, I focus on sincerely complimenting people I encounter for something I notice or appreciate about them. This is what I experienced. Day 7 journal prompt. Today, I think of my own way to show kindness and respect to one person or several. This is how I express kindness and respect to them and what I experienced. And the Bible verses for this week, Ephesians 4:32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ God forgave you. Kindness and compassion are not optional. They are core to how we are called to live in Christ. Forgiveness is the ultimate act of respect, especially when we feel hurt or wronged. This verse reminds us that God's grace toward us should be mirrored in how we treat others, no matter the circumstance. And the reflective questions for this verse: is there someone I need to forgive in order to truly show kindness? And how does compassion shift my perception of others, especially when they frustrate me? And in Romans 12:10, love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Paul calls believers not only to love, but to outdo each other in honor. A radical invitation to elevate others above self, even when it's difficult. True respect is not limited to social equals or friends. It's extended to every human soul, recognizing their worth as created in God's image. And the reflective questions for this verse: do I treat strangers and difficult people with the same level of honor as those I love? And what does it look like for me to outdo others in showing honor this week? And in Proverbs 11:17, those who are kind reward themselves, but the cruel do themselves harm. Kindness is not weakness, it is wisdom. Proverbs makes it clear that living with compassion not only uplifts others, but heals and benefits the giver. In contrast, cruelty corrodes the soul. Kindness is both spiritual practice and self-care, reinforcing connection and peace. And the reflective questions for this verse: when have I felt rewarded by my own kindness? And what patterns of cruelty or harshness, even internally, do I want to soften this week? In conclusion, we remember the healing power of respect. Kindness and respect are more than social niceties. They are spiritual disciplines that break down walls between people and reconnect us to our shared humanity. In a world often fractured by judgment, fear, and pride, small acts of kindness become sacred resistance. They shift not only the atmosphere around us, but the condition of our hearts. Throughout this week, your intentional acts, smiling, forgiving, complimenting, honoring, outdoing, have likely created tiny ripples in someone else's soul, perhaps even your own. Every time you choose kindness over reactivity, you affirmed your divine capacity to love. Carry this truth forward. Kindness is strength. Respect is holy. And love, when practiced deliberately, is transformational. Thanks for listening to the end. I'd love to know what you thought about this week's video layout, specifically the reflective questions that I added. How were they helpful for you? Drop a line below. And if you haven't done so already, check out my website, Reygan360.com, where you can book a one-on-one discovery call to uncover insights on how you can better apply these and other practices in your daily life with ease. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your presence here is greatly appreciated, as your engagement on this channel helps others to find its content for their own benefit, all part of the collective healing efforts across the globe. Namaste, namasko.